everybody, this is Waldorf.
And this is Stetler.
And now we have Battle Report 180.
180.
It's the Kingdom of Equitaine, the return of the Kingdom of Equitaine.
There you go.
Versus the Highborn Elves.
It has all hobbies.
Yep. Alright. Same list as I've been using lately. Take a peek at it if you'd like. Stop and read it. And this is generally the list I was facing. I did not get a copy of the list. Some of the equipment.
Meant by generally, okay.
Generally, some of the equipment on the guys up top, I'm not 100% sure on.
Okay.
But he had a prince on a dragon with the hero's heart. He had a high prince with the sliver of the blazing dawn. This guy was on foot. Another prince is the BSB with the master of the Carnrig Tower.
Yep.
40 citizen spears with full command of Banner Rinning.
I think it's more spearmen.
Yeah. 16 citizen archers. 2 units of 14 sword masters. An eagle, a lion chariot, 5 of the Elaine reavers, and 3 sea guard reapers.
Okay.
And there's a board with 2 woods, 2 hills, water feature in the top right, building, field, wall combo.
Yep.
And we played this as impassable, I think.
Okay.
I think that's what we declared it.
Well, it's moot now that the 205's out.
Correct. Yeah, this was a 204 game, but it now would no longer matter. Oop, did I not take these out? Oh, introducing my army. There you go. My Knights Aspirant, Mounted Yeoman, my smaller units of Knights of the Realm, 8 of them. You like this guy in the front corner a lot. It's probably my favorite model I own. Peg Knights.
Okay.
Another darker picture of them. Grail Knights. And from the other angle. And my other unit of
Knights of the Realm.
Knights of the Realm. Another model I really love up here in the front corner. I did not paint these, by the way.
Hence why you love
So I am not bragging about my own paint jobs on these. And then my characters.
Okay.
My general back here, BSB, Killy Lord, whose shield is taken as a casualty, and my damsel.
Maybe it's with all those horsetails.
He tripped on all the horsetails?
Yeah.
Could be. And there's another shot of him from the other angle. All right. Moving on. Oops, forgot my brigands. Sorry about that.
They don't look like brigands. They're very clean and white.
They are. I couldn't find my my brown and
guys?
green guys for a while. I finally located them in a box of orcs, which I have no idea why they were there. Anyway,
they are brigands.
This battle, I decided to.
So we've got the diagonal deployment.
Diagonal deployment with the, what is it called? Secure target?
So the 3 chits are the targets?
Yeah, the loot targets that you pick up and carry.
Okay.
This one I dropped everything with the intention of going first because I don't think I'm going to prey on this one. And that way definitely go first and get on him. The idea was to get on him quick. And there you can see the whole list of my guys, a long line of them. So he's deployed with an eagle, his unit of sword masters, his lion chariot, dragon, huge unit of spearmen with the fighty guy in it, archers, more of the sword masters, and the Carnrig Tower guys back here with them, with the archers. Okay. And the Elaine reavers over to the right. You can barely see a couple bolt throws up top and one here by the building. Okay. And there we go. Vanguard was this aggressive move here.
Okay. Nothing by him.
And first turn, they moved from here. The yeoman came out around here to screen off both these units. Well, not really this one, but they might as well.
Was he surprised when you didn't pray?
He was fairly surprised I did not pray.
Did he ask you if you could do that? He
did not ask me if I could do it. And the yeoman came up. So because right here on the top of the hill is where that token is.
Right.
And if I did not do that, if I didn't take the first turn and grab it, he was going to take the first turn and come up and not.
Right.
I don't think he could get to it, but he could have got right here in front of it, whether I couldn't chaff him any longer. And my idea is I can get it. He's chaffed. Now I can move away from it, and I've gotten one.
Right.
For the game is what I'm hoping for. Archers came forward. You can see the brigands. The Virtue of Might Lord swung around, get back here into the center where it can keep an eye on that dragon. And Peg Knights move off to the left.
Okay.
And that was turn 1. Shooting between the brigands and the mounted yeomen, we kill off a couple swordmasters.
Okay.
3 of them, it looks like. Not bad. And that's it. Going into his turn. He decides to charge me, and he does.
Oh, okay.
He's got to get rid of me sooner or later. And I did not want him coming up on the hill, fighting my Grail Knights,
Right.
who were within charge range. You can see his Reavers have come around to the right over there briefly. Swordmasters on the left come up onto the hill. His dragon moves off to the left a bit, and his lion chariot just kind of moves forward. He actually backs up with his spearman. So he's backing off the center, which I like.
Yeah.
Because that puts him further away from
the
that token.
objectives. Yep.
And yeah, you can see the Lane Reavers on the bottom right as they come around the corner. And the rest of his army. So the 2 bolt throwers shoot and punk off one of my Grail Knights. Somebody shot at these. I'm not sure who it was. At my brigands and killed one.
Oh.
That's a moral defeat. I think it was the archers. I'm not sure. Somebody shot at them.
Are you playing those as Lane Reavers, or are they...
Lane Reavers, not Silver Elms.
They're not the...
Or whatever they call them.
Okay, because the models are not Lane Reavers. Okay.
Are they the
Yep.
armored guys?
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, they were the Reavers.
Okay.
Turn 2. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you weren't, paying attention, the Swordmasters did manage to kill off my mounted yeoman.
Okay.
It was close, but we did. Far left, you can see my 2 units came up a bit. I had no one to charge this turn. The Grail Knights shifted off
Move
to the
sideways,
left.
Yeah.
Just took the 4-inch sideways movement. Virtue of Might Lord came forward.
You're missing a couple guys. So
threatened. That was the bolt thrower action
throwers.
from last turn. I killed 1. Because the general's not in that unit. There's only starting with 8. And everyone else just kind of shifts around.
Okay.
I've got an objective. He doesn't, so I'm now making him play for an objective. Was my idea at this point.
Well, it contains a counter army, so.
And yes, I believe in being a counter attack army.
Yeah.
So it's back to him. He's forced to move. I'm not 100% sure about sending the Grail Knights into the Swordmasters. Anyway, I probably should have. I just don't know. It's just a lot of strength 5 attacks.
It's a lot of strength 5 attacks.
I mean, he ends up with everybody in the front, so that's 10 and 5 in the back, 15 in the champion. He ends up with 16 strength 5 attacks that are going to be hitting me on 3s and wounding me on 3s.
Yep.
So I probably should do it, but I did not pray. Is the problem? So I'm only getting the 6-up ward.
Right.
I'm sorry. I
No,
would
they
get the
get
5
the
up
5
with
up
them.
anyway. Cause
Yeah.
Grails.
Anyway, I just didn't feel comfortable with it without a character over there. So the other part of things I did is I moved the Peg Knights around to his rear.
Okay.
So from there, I can threaten. I can see the bolt thrower. I can see his eagle. I can see his chariot, and I can see his swordmasters. So I've got a lot of options from that position.
And what was their real option?
The real one was to get the bolt thrower.
Yeah. Okay.
Or depending on what he did. If he would have given me the chance, I might have done something different, but that's pretty much it. I would have liked to go smash his eagle and overrun in the side of that spear unit and hit it at the front at the same time.
Yeah.
Would have been kind of interesting, but he brought his reavers out.
There's this conga line.
And did the wall of reavers in front of me.
Da, 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 da.
Exactly.
Da, 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 da.
And he saw the danger to his eagle and moved him over.
Mm-hmm.
Bolt thrower opens up, kills a Grail Knight. And the other two bolt throwers kill another Grail Knight. I'm down to 5 there. Not thrilled with this.
Okay.
They're not happy with it. But they are soaking up all the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
That would be doing even more to the other knights because they have less of a ward save and less toughness.
Less resilience. Mm-hmm.
Right. Resilience, excuse me. Moving on to turn 3. I definitely cannot charge the Knights Aspirant into the Swordmasters. So they're going to take a shot at the Chariot.
All right.
And the Peg Knights up top are going to charge the Bolt Thrower, needing a 7.
Okay.
It's a 15-inch charge. I forgot what that was in the center, but I think it was a 7 or an 8, but they have a rerollable. And they make it, and the Peg Knights do not. They failed me.
That's fortunate.
Yeah. I elected not to charge into the Lane Reavers because I have my 9 bow shots at short range hitting on 3s, from my Brigands.
Right.
So I think I'll shoot them up and maybe panic them off, but at least shoot them up. So I elected not to charge them with anything, and we just backed away. The Grail Knights really had nowhere to go that the Swordmasters couldn't get to them.
They had nowhere to go.
So they reformed and just walked back walked off.
And had a lot of sight. Okay.
Right, and they are off the hills about to there, so they're off the hill. As you can see, the Virtue Might Lord is just staying out here, and as long as he's out here, that dragon's not coming anywhere near me, which is good for me. Keeping him at bay, and that's that. Bowfire kills 3, and they pass their break check. Got the Breath of the Lady off on the Mounted Yeoman, and they still charged in, did 1 wound, and he did 2 back to me.
Okay.
So not Mounted Yeoman, Aspirants.
Aspirants, yes.
They are quickly becoming one of my favorite units. They did nothing. Actually, I did a wound. I'm exaggerating.
That's just bad luck.
But they did stick.
Okay.
So moving into his turn, bottom of turn 3. The Reavers are left, so they just swing around and chaff up my unit. Swordmasters come up on the right, come up onto the hill. The ones on the left move forward and step on the back corner of that marker so they can pick it up next turn. And the spearmen come forward a little bit. So there we go. That. Dragon still doesn't want to play. Still staying back. That, and we've got that. Swordmaster's up on the hill threatening.
Yeah, eagle drifts a little bit.
Eagle drifts. So bolt thrower fires, kills 1, and they run.
Okay.
Luckily, he fired the bolt thrower closest first, so we did not run off the board because of the angle.
Right.
Had he fired the one that was over there by the hill, by the building first, and done,
right,
that, they would have ran off. So got that going for me. Lion Chariot kills a single aspirant, but that's enough, and he flees through the Reavers, and one of his buddies dies fleeing through the Reavers.
Okay.
We got that, and that was the action for his turn. Going back to my turn 4. My turn 4, my aspirant does not rally. Keeps moving along. Knights continue to back up slowly. my idea here is he's got 2 Reavers left, and I can shoot them off, and then his chaff is gone. The Grail Knights who are here just did a wheel and a march and another wheel, coming around the side of the hill, out of arc of everyone, or behind the hill. And that's what I got. Yeah, the Brigands just back up, get these guys in arc, ready to get rid of them. And the shooting phase do absolutely nothing to them. Couldn't kill him. Couldn't even put a wound on him. As a matter of fact, I think they hit once, hitting on 3s. So, exciting. That's my turn. Go back to his turn. So now he's in full chaff mode. The eagle comes forward, blocks my unit from charging, blocks this guy from charging, blocks my Virtue of Might from charging his dragon, because I can't wheel to get past him and then wheel back. Yeah. So, good move on his part. He's got me completely chaffed. And that's where he sits for the turn. Yeah, they're not happy about that guy sitting right in front of them. Irritates them. See? Anyway. So, back to my turn. I don't have anybody to charge with those knights, so what am I doing? I'm going to do something here. Yeah, turn 5. There we go. Well, it's been, 3 games. It's time to go. So this guy is going to charge into this unit, the Virtue of Might. He's going to charge into the Spearman and issue a challenge and hope to tie him up because I've got a plan. Don't know if it's going to work, but I got a plan. The general of my army charges out of this unit into the Sword Masters. He's got a 1-up rerollable armor and a 5-up ward. I don't think he even gets wounded by him. Was my bet. So, got that. That's it. So, the Grail Knights come around the corner, you can see. Now they've got, from where they are right now, they've got the flank of this unit, if I can keep it tied up for long enough. And over here, the pegs rally, and they rallied last turn. They fly back in the center of the board this time. Again, giving them arc to either one of the bolt throwers or even this unit of archers at this point. Ready. There's the 2 lords charged out. That was the Brigands managed to finish off the Reavers finally, which is a relief to get them out of there.
Now they got some eagle to work with.
Now they and I also managed to put him here because I want the eagle. I gave him my flank. I'm hoping he'll take it.
Okay.
Because I'm steadfast in the forest.
Right, because you're skirmish.
And if he comes and even if he comes and kills me, fine. I'd rather have him do that than chaffing me for another turn.
Right.
Is what I'm looking at. So happy about that. Over here, I kill the hell out of a champion with my Virtue of Might Lord. My other guy my general kills the hell out of a champion on this unit.
You turn sideways to face.
The guy up top turns sideways.
Yeah.
Because if he was facing him, the
dragon
could see me.
Okay.
And over here, I'm actually in front of the first, second, and third one in from the bottom.
Okay.
I just can't stand there because of the hill.
Right. Same thing. You're trying to get.
And I'm out of arc. I am still facing them with that unit. And like I said, the Grail Knight. I got off the Summer Growth on the Grail Knight unit, and it's back up to full strength.
Yep.
It's coming around the corner, which is always demoralizing to an opponent when they do a lot of work with bolt throwers and everybody shows back up. So going into his turn, his dragon decides to charge down off the hill into this unit with my BSB in it.
Okay. It's as far as it looks?
It is not that far.
Okay.
No, it just looks further because of that angle. And makes it in, yeah, you can see it. Nowhere near as far as it looked originally. His Carnreg Tower guy came out of the unit of archers and came forward. He's getting his BSB up towards the center of the board.
Oh, okay.
You can see his lion chariot comes forward into the edge of the woods. And his eagle makes his march test and sits in front of my
Okay.
again. He didn't take the bait and charge my unit of archers. So there you have that. What's he doing? Oh, archers turn around. The archers in the back turn around and shoot at my pegs. Over here is his big nasty dragon comes in and kills a champion. His guy with a sliver of the blazing dawn just kills me outright. I was not expecting that. I needed to hold for a single turn. Doesn't do it. The little arrow, they turn to face to the right.
Okay.
But rather than reform that whole unit, we just put a marker on it so we know which way they're facing. Up here, the sword masters put 2 wounds on my general, who I was already telling you was invulnerable and probably was going to take no wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not so invulnerable as I thought. So this is suddenly turning around into a much worse situation than I imagined.
Yes.
And we're going to be going into... Okay, on my turn. I've got off Stone Skin and Healing Waters both on the Oaken Throne, Stone Skin and Healing Waters all on this unit.
Okay.
That's facing the dragon.
Right.
So making it highly unlikely that the dragon wounds me. Something's got to be unwounded here.
Well, he's strong enough to wound you, just not go crazy.
The brigands put 2 wounds on the eagle with shooting.
Okay.
Couldn't get the 3rd one. But for whatever reason, I don't know why they moved over here. They had this screened, and then they moved away. So I just left this flank wide open.
Yeah. Guess you figured he wouldn't brave the woods.
Because I know he would. There's no reason not to.
I'm trying to help you out here.
Okay, thank you. I was thinking that. So the general got irritated after he got wounded and smashed like 4 of them the next round. Broke their rank and ran them down and kill them.
Okay.
He was very angry. This is my turn 6, must have been. No, on his turn. His turn, I killed him.
Okay.
And ended up there. And that's where it is.
I didn't realize that arrow was actually an arrow.
The one that blue arrow?
Yeah.
Oh, an actual arrow on the board, not an arrow that I drew in.
You drew in, yeah.
Okay.
Just saw that, yeah.
So now we're going into the, I guess the bottom, this was the bottom of turn 5.
Okay.
So I think we should be going into turn 6. And turn 6, right? Somewhere.
Says
Yeah,
6
turn
on the
6.
die.
So turn 6, the Grail Knights from where they were decided to charge into the... They can't see the spearmen. The archers look too far, and even if I do, they run. So I'm going to charge into the bolt thrower up there on the top.
Okay.
Kill it and reform. I needed to roll a 7 to get in.
Since fields don't matter anymore.
Fields don't bother me, so I figure kill it, turn around, face. The Peg Knights up top have killed one bolt thrower, overran and came up an inch short of the second one.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, it cost me the points. So there they go. They actually failed that charge, needing a 7.
The Grail Knights.
The Grail Knights.
Okay.
So they end up sitting right there with their flank nicely exposed.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in his turn, the chariot does not fail to come in. Comes in, smacks me in the side. Dragon's still in the front. My damsel took. I knew I needed a reroll, so the damsel issues the challenge this turn.
Okay.
I mean,
good turn. Good combat for shamanism.
She is, well, she's as it is, she's toughness 6 with a 4-up regen.
Yeah.
So she's not terrible. Over here.
Does she have the potion of strength?
She does not have the potion of strength.
It would have been glorious.
You don't know how glorious it would have been. Over here, the spearmen charge into my flank. The Grail Knights.
End of the game, so you have to stay.
And his, the Grail Knights have no choice.
Yeah.
they're fearless.
Oh, I guess that's true.
The Master of the Karn Tower comes forward. His BSB comes forward to get everything he wants in to range. And there we go. The Grail Knights, even though he kills just 2, the charge, flank, ranks, everything else.
They run away.
Push him off, and he does not catch me, at least.
Okay, and you're above strength, so.
Unfortunately, at this point, I had to drop the... When they flee, they become non-scoring and drop the token. So, yeah, that's bad. Over here, he put 1 wound on my damsel. And the chariot killed 3 coming in, even despite needing mostly 6s to wound.
Yeah.
And all my saves backed up behind that. And a 4-up regen still puts 3 wounds on me, which I was very disappointed in.
Yeah, but you're still steadfast.
Well, but the unit did 2 wounds back to the
chariot.
To the chariot, and the damsel. If you notice in the very back corner of the dragon,
little moon marker.
The damsel hits and wounds.
See,
at strength 3, and it slips through.
If you had that potion of
with
strength,
the potion of strength, and I actually said, you know what? Let me roll this, see if I would have had it, and did 5 wounds if I would have had it. Anyway, I didn't have it. So, but anyway. The result was I actually won this combat by... What was it? I think I won this combat by 2.
Oh, okay.
Because I have 2 ranks. I have a rank, 2 banners,
yeah.
2 wounds there, 1 wound there. I'm not sure how I won it. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
Because he's got a flank and...
He's got a flank and 3 wounds.
As many wounds as you did.
4 wounds. So he did a total of 5. He did a total of 5 combat res. I have a banner, 2 banners and a rank. A wound to the dragon, 6, 7. So I did 6. So I won by 1, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway, 1 by 1. But I'm looking at that and I'm like, well, if I would have stopped this thing from getting in at all, he would have lost the charge, flank, and 3 wounds.
Right.
And I would have won by 6 on this dragon and probably gotten rid of it.
Yep. Or had a potion of strength and killed it outright.
Or had a potion of strength and killed it outright. So, because of the last turn, it ended up being a 9-11. And again, because of the last turn, the Grail Knights... Basically, the Grail Knights failing the charge into the bolt thrower cost me most of the game.
Well, it cost you the victory.
It cost me the bonus.
Right.
And gave him another 300 points.
Yeah.
And lost me 100 for the bolt thrower. So, anyway, it would have been a small victory to me. Maybe not, probably that 10-10. Anyway, the last turn turned out
or if you had the potion of strength, kill the dragon.
Kill it to a 6-14.
Yeah.
So, yeah, didn't end up well. So, that's the first loss I've taken, I think.
It won't be the last.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I'm vowing never to lose again.
Well, the new points with Equitaine, I hear they're going to drop the points of the archers, so
I can take more brigands?
No, archers, not brigands.
Oh. Well, I've also heard that the trebuchet may come down 5 points.
Well, okay.
So that'll definitely make it better.
I hadn't seen that comment.
I haven't either. I'm just making that up.
Yeah.
but anyway, no, I'm liking playing the King of Equitaine again. I've always loved this army.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a fun army. So, anyway, that's going to do it. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.